Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something that doesn't get spoken about enough, or at least I haven't heard about enough. It's called energy hygiene. Not skincare, not journaling, not productivity hacks, but energetic boundaries, energy hygiene. It's the invisible stuff that's literally controlling how everyone feels, even if we don't realize it. It's all around us. Because if you've ever walked into a room and suddenly felt drained, irritable, or overwhelmed, or just like you were carrying emotions that weren't even yours, then you probably have an energy hygiene problem. But don't worry, because today we're not just talking about cleanse your aura type of things. We're actually going to go deep into why we absorb other people's chaos into our life and how it impacts us, and how to actually protect our own peace in a world that's loud, messy, and always online. Okay, I want you to think of energy hygiene like brushing your teeth, except it's for your soul. So you wouldn't go days without brushing your teeth, right? So why are we out here walking through life with other people's projections, judgments, stress, and expectations sitting on our nervous system like plague? Science tells us this as well. Mirror neurons, literal cells in your brain, are designed to mirror the emotions of people all around you. It's why you yawn when someone else yawns, or feel anxious when other people around you are always anxious. It's biological. But the thing is that just because we're wired as humans to absorb doesn't mean that we can't retrain our system to filter better information. We can, and that's what this video is going to help you do. Okay, before we get started into energetic hygiene, let me give you signs that you probably need to go through this video, or that you realize are red flags in your energetic realm. Number one is that you're in a good mood and suddenly out of nowhere you feel off after hanging out with certain people or someone. Or that number two is that you replay conversations in your head for days even though they were almost normal. Or then number three is that you feel the need to fix, like the inherent need to fix or soothe people constantly. Or that you start dimming your own joy when you've had an amazing day. When others are around you who are struggling, you start dimming that joy, like you feel guilty for being okay almost. And now, I don't want you to get this wrong. Compassion is beautiful, but compassion without boundaries, that is how you burn out. And now that you probably, after analyzing, understand that yes, you do have an issue where you take everyone else's emotions around you and then start letting that influence your own day. Where does this come from? You ask me, like, Krishi, why do I feel this? Where does this emotional reading come from? So if you grew up in a household where you had to constantly scan the room to see who's okay before you could feel safe, is everyone having a good day? Is everyone doing good? This is going to then hit you, because what you were doing weren't just being observant. You were managing emotional weather for the whole room. You learned to read faces like textbooks. You knew when to stay quiet, when to smile, when to shrink, when to not rock the boat. You became hyper attuned to everyone else while slowly becoming disconnected from your own emotions. And that is how this came about. And this was not your fault. Like, this is no one wants to go ahead with their life like this. That was just survival. Your nervous system linked safety with harmony. So you became the peacemaker in this world, the fixer, the one who could sense a shift in someone else's life, in someone's tone mid-sentence, and then kind of help that influence their own emotions. But then now that you're out of that environment and yet your body is still reacting like you're in it, that's why you absorb chaos so easily. Your brain thinks it still has to merge with people's emotions to stay safe. It's not just emotional, it's biological through, your life before. That's how deeply wired this pattern in your life is, and we need to get rid of it in this video. Because you're not in survival mode anymore, and the reason you're watching this video is because you want to get rid of this problem. You're not in that unpredictable childhood home. You're not responsible for everyone else's storm, and you cannot be responsible for how everyone is feeling at every given moment, because that's their life and you need to take care of your own. And so you're in a healing mode now, and healing mode comes with a new energetic realm, new energetic rules, boundaries that say that I can love you and still protect my peace, awareness that says that mood that I'm sensing isn't mine to carry, and the self-trust that says that I don't have to micromanage the emotional temperature of every room that I walk into. And you get to rewrite the rules now. You get to choose your nervous system regulation over chaos. That's how you're gonna have a peaceful life. You get to belong to you first, your emotions first. That is the shift. That's the glow up that no one talks about, that we need to have in our life. So now that we understand why we have this emotional sensitivity to situations and people and how we may have developed it, let's talk about cleansing that we all can do. The first method is my favorite, and it's super easy. It's called the return to surrender practice. It's a game changer. So I first heard this from Dr. Nicole LePera, and it literally shifted how I dealt with emotional overwhelm, which happens to me from time to time. It's called the return to surrender practice. And it's for those moments where you're like, why do I suddenly feel so heavy, so anxious, so off? So you don't just wake up and decide to feel like that. You felt good in the morning, but then suddenly you meet this person, you feel really off, like desperately off. And chances are that you picked that up from someone or something that wasn't yours to take. Maybe it was from your friend's stress during a call that you had. Maybe it was from your co-worker's bad mood. Maybe you just walked into a room and the energy was off and your body soaked it up, because that's what you do, and you soaked it up like a sponge. So then here's what you do from now on. When you feel that weight on your chest, on your mood suddenly shifting, pause, take a breath, and then visually imagine for 2 seconds, go to the bathroom, and then visually imagine handing that emotion back to them. If you don't know who you picked it up from, just handing it back to the surrounding, but you're giving that emotion physically back. Like literally close your eyes, picture the energy in your hands like a yellow ball, that's what I do, and give it back with love. Like not resentment, just with love, that this is yours, I cannot carry it anymore. Not in a petty way, not in a get away from me kind of way, but in a self-honoring, grounded way. You can even say that out loud or silently, that I choose to not carry what isn't mine. Say this, and then with that yellow ball of energy, just give it back to the person you got it from, or just surroundings. And I'm telling you, with doing this a couple of times, your nervous system will feel that shift, that energy leaving your field with practice, because you stop claiming it as yours. You created a boundary, not with words, but with visualization and intention. And try this for a week. Every time you feel that burden, seriously, every time that you feel off, pause, close your eyes, return it, and then reset your day or your mood. You'll start to notice how often you're holding things that don't even belong to you. And especially if you're working around a lot of people. Like if you work alone, it's okay, but if you're working around a lot of people, everyone is stressed in their own way. Like everyone has an issue to deal with, and then you pick up all of that, and then you're just exhausted emotionally. Get into this habit of giving it back to them. You'll start protecting your peace in a way that feels effortless and still magnetic. And here I want to talk about a book that honestly every sensitive, deep feeling, highly intuitive person needs to have in their life. It's called The Empath's Survival Guide by Dr. Judith Orloff, and I love it. This book, it's like a mirror. If you've ever wondered, why do I feel so heavy after being around certain people, or why am I the one who always ends up emotionally drained when I leave this room after every conversation? Dr. Orloff, who is both a psychiatrist and an empath herself, she literally breaks down how empaths and HSPs, which are highly sensitive people, they don't just sense emotions, they absorb them like an actual emotional sponge. They will take it all in. And if you're a highly sensitive person, like I said, it's not your fault, it's your wiring, but she teaches how to train yourself out of taking on what's not yours. She goes into energetic protection. She goes into certain techniques, boundaries, grounding practices, not like cheesy kinds, but actual things that you probably haven't heard before. And that's why when I move more further into the video, I want to take some of the practices that I read in the book, because I thought they were very unique, but you need to purchase the book after you, or at least read it online. It's really good. But the kind that actually makes you feel safe in your body. Again, if you've ever felt like the world is just too much, this book will feel like someone finally understands your nervous system. Honestly, it's really good. And okay, stay with me. Like I know this sounds random, but if you really want to feel that unfiltered energy that I'm talking about, that chaos that I'm talking about in this video, and how it looks on screen, you should watch the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a wild sci-fi multiverse movie, I know, but hear me out. The overstimulation, the constant switching of timelines, the noise, the chaos, that is literally the perfect metaphor for what it feels like to be an ungrounded empath who hasn't yet figured out how to protect their energy for their own good. Like you're being pulled in every direction at once and still expected to be present, kind, functional, soft, and everything. And that's not possible if you haven't cleansed yourself. That's what happens when you don't have the energetic hygiene. You're basically living in 10 emotional timelines all at once, and none of them are even yours. But the second that you learn to regulate, protect, and then recenter, your whole entire world quiets, and that's when you finally start living your own timeline, the one you're meant to, your own energy and your own reality. Method number 2 is the shielding visualization, which is protecting your field without closing your own heart. This second method is something I honestly wish someone taught me in school, because that's how useful it has been to me. And it's from, like I said, Dr. Judith Orloff's book, The Empath's Survival Guide. It's called the shielding visualization. And it's literally energetic armor for sensitive people, like who need it, who still want to stay soft, open, and connected without absorbing every single thing around them like a human emotional sponge. Because you don't have to become hard, you don't have to be grounded and guarded 24/7 to protect yourself. You just need a strong, loving boundary that keeps you connected to your energy first and then helps you help others. In that, Dr. Olof teaches us that every time you're about to enter a crowded space, a triggering conversation or something sensitive that you know, a person, a chaotic environment, even just scrolling on social media, sometimes you can literally build a protective shield around your body using your mind. And this is not woo-woo, it's just energy hygiene, and your nervous system feels the difference when you do it. So here's how I like to do it, and how it's mentioned is that before you step into the chaos, you close your eyes for 10 seconds before going into the room. You even do it subtly if you're in public. You can do it like in a bathroom. Like I said, visualize a soft but strong bubble of white or golden light completely surrounding your aura. Like you have an aura, you feel this way today, and you have a complete bubble surrounding you, like a force field. And the light is your boundary. It's porous enough that you can still send love out of it. It's light, but strong enough that energy, fear, anger, or stress cannot penetrate your space unless you allow it to. And you can imagine this light shimmering, pulsing, breathing with you like your own personal protective layer. And you need to do it with intention. Don't just do it for the sake of it. Say something while you're doing it. Say, I'm protected, I'm grounded, only love and truth are welcomed in my field of energy and nothing else. But not in a fearful way, like, not in a stay away from me kind of ew way, like, no, you're too low for me, not in all of those kind of ways, because again, that's letting that negativity back into your circle. But from a place of self-respect, you're not pushing the world away, you're just choosing what you allow into your realm. And now this works because studies on visualization, especially in sports psychology, show that when you mentally rehearse an action with full emotional and sensory engagement, your brain fires as if it's happening in real time. You're literally creating neural pathways of safety, and over time, your subconscious starts to register your energy as the authority and your energy that it needs to be in, and not whatever chaos that you're surrounded with. So that is how it kind of manifests into working for you. Your shield is literally like having an energetic raincoat. You can walk through the storm, but you don't have to get drenched anymore now. Like you can go anywhere you need to, but your energy still remains what you woke up with and what you want to be with, because we know that our energy helps us align with our higher self. So why would we want to be at a lower frequency? We always want to try to reach that high frequency to live our dream life. I know we all know about this. We've heard it everywhere. And that is why I'm teaching you how to energetically cleanse yourself. Then the method 3 we have is the anchor into your own frequency practice. Okay, now this third method is less about blocking out the world and more about building your own signal so strong that outside noise can't pull you off the center, because using all these 3 methods together will then help you really cleanse yourself energetically. It's called anchoring into your own frequency, and it's honestly one of the most underrated ways to protect your peace without having to fight off anyway. Because we all know this, that energy flows where attention goes. If your attention is constantly scanning the room, managing other people's moods, reading into every facial expression, you're pouring energy outward 24/7. No wonder you feel exhausted, because you're not giving any energy on how you feel. But when you constantly anchor into your own energy first, when you know what you feel like, what your baseline is, you stop absorbing everything like a sponge, because then you know that this baseline is more important for me to roam around this world. And this ties in beautifully with this book I read by Dr. Joe Dispenza, talking about, I think the book was Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. So he says something like, when you are centered in your own electromagnetic field, you no longer react to the predictable emotions of the past or the chaotic energies of your environment. You generate your own field, and the external world then begins to conform to it. And what does that mean? You stop reacting to the storm, you then become the weather. Whatever's happening around you, you don't care anymore, because you only care about how you feel. And I know so many people who are like this, who have mastered this, and I'm yet to do that. Through these methods, it's working for me, but I feel like that is the most peaceful way you can live, because you're just kind of trying to manage your own energetic realm and like reach to your higher self. And here's how you do it. It's super simple. Every morning or before any social situation that we all encounter, close your eyes for 30 seconds, put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly like this, breathe deep and ask yourself, what does my energy right now feel like? Before anyone else touches it today, what does it truly feel like? What do I want to do? Do I want to like achieve my goals today? Am I feeling a little more tired today? Do I want to work out today? What do I want to achieve? What is my energy feeling like? And then feel that, notice that, get attuned with how you're feeling and memorize that. Maybe today your energy feels warm. Maybe it feels steady, maybe a little tender. Whatever it is, claim your energy back to yourself. And then every morning when you feel that energy, you can whisper something to yourself saying that this is my home frequency and I carry it with me till whenever I want to, like till whenever I feel the same energy. And the goal here is not to force a good energetic vibe. It's not. It's just to get familiar with your own baseline, because when you know what your authentic energy feels like, you immediately notice when something foreign is trying to then enter that land of your field. It's like, wait, that anxiety today is not for me. It's not mine. It's someone else's. That anger, the tension, that's not coming from me today. And the second that you recognize your energy or attune to it, you can choose not to pick anything else up, because awareness is your agency. When you anchor into your own body state first, you're actually framing your nervous system instead of your environment setting your energy for you. You set the tone first. You are aware of it first. This is called proactive regulation, and research shows that it massively reduces emotional contagion, the phenomenon where we catch emotions from people around us. If you're out and about and you suddenly feel like heavy, overwhelmed, or triggered, pause and put your hand back on your heart for 5 seconds, breathe, and suddenly silently affirm. Say things like, return to my frequency, I return to myself. Do it like you're plugging your phone back into your charger, because you're coming back to your energetic realm. And you'll be amazed by trying this. Honestly, try it out. You'll be amazed by how fast it resets your energy, even in the middle of a chaotic space. Because you were never meant to carry everyone else's chaos. You were never meant to be this emotional landfill for other people's projections, moods, fears, and insecurities. Because your energy is your responsibility, your peace is your responsibility, and your nervous system is actually begging you to finally start protecting it like it's something sacred, because it is. It really is. It's like your health. Your nervous system is partly responsible for your mental health. Because energy hygiene shouldn't be an extra self-care ritual for when you have time. It's survival, it's sanity, it's how you finally stop leaking your power into spaces, people, and timelines that were never yours to begin with. You don't need permission to protect your field. You don't owe anyone access to your body, your mind, or your spirit. And you don't have to apologize for creating a life that feels good to live inside of. So right now, today, with me, with this video, make the decision that I stop absorbing, I start radiating instead. I don't absorb anymore. I radiate my own energy and I help others. I help others uplift, but I don't absorb their negative energy anymore, because the world doesn't need more people drained and depleted. Please, we don't need more of them. It needs more people who are alive, lit up, rooted, and in touch with their own reality, untouchable in their own kind of peace, in their own emotional bubble, like I like to say it. Protect your energy like your life depends on it. Because honestly, the quality of your life really does. Protect your energy like your life depends on it. Because honestly, the quality of your life really does. And the best part is that the second that you start choosing yourself, everything that's real for you, everything that's meant for you, starts choosing you back. So please remember that, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep your light protected always.